Man, that music just gives me hype, man. Every time I hear it, man. Shout out to Restless Mind Music for that theme song again, man. We'd like to welcome you guys to the 515 Real to Real podcast, where we discuss film, television, and all things industry related. I'm your man, Bruce L. Nix Jr.
And I'm your man, JT.
Man,
Bruce.
What's going on, JT?
Man, you got it, bro.
How was your week, man?
Man, the week has been good, man. It's been good. Very busy. Been good, but I'm excited about today's show, man.
Man, I'm excited about today's show, man. We got a lot of topics to discuss today, man.
Yeah, man, we do. We do.
Yeah, one of those is like this week, the Skydance and Paramount merger finally finalized on August 7th, man. So we'll be talking about that a little bit. Also, for our Two Snaps segment.
Man, Two Snaps today, man. We are talking War of the Worlds starring Ice Cube.
War of the Worlds.
Yes.
Man. Yeah, definitely an Oscar contender right there, right?
Hey, we'll see. We'll talk about it in our Two Snaps.
We'll definitely be talking about it. Also this week, man, I'm super excited about this week's Be Kind Rewind. We'll be talking about Inception from Christopher Nolan, one of my favorite directors, man.
Yeah, man, he's a great director, great movie. Also, man, Bruce, today we have the one, the only, up-and-comer, if people don't know her, Christina Uniqe Castellanos.
Shout out Uniqe.
Is on the show today, man. I'm excited for this interview. Our time getting to talk to her, introduce her to our audience. It's going to be great.
Man, really looking forward to talking to her today. Also, for our main topic, we'll be talking about reboots versus originals. Hollywood lost its nerve, man.
Man, I mean, that's a serious topic right there.
It is, man.
All this new IP out there, man, Hollywood scared to take that jump.
Scared to take the jump, man. There's been some things that have led up to it, but we'll be talking about that a little bit later on.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're just about to jump into it with our off-the-top headlines.
All right, Bruce, man, let's get into some of today's trending topics with some entertainment news.
All right, man, we're going to start it off the top with Brad Pitt, man. Brad Pitt hits his top gear as F1 becomes the biggest film of his career, man. Brad Pitt just might have crossed the finish line with the biggest film of his career with F1. It isn't just a monster hit. It's blowing past expectations and lapping every other movie in his filmography. And that's wild when you think about Brad Pitt's career. He's had films such as Fight Club, Ocean's 11, Troy, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and all the iconic and successful roles that he's had. But this film right here, man, it just seems to keep on moving.
Yeah.
And they're already talking about talks of a sequel right now, man. So it's awesome to see that at this stage in his career, he just hit this plateau of having the largest film of his career, man.
Man, that's crazy, because you just look back over all his body of work.
Meet Joe Black.
Yes, one of my favorite.
That is my favorite.
One of my favorite movies of all time. Definitely my favorite Brad Pitt movie.
Sure.
And you would think that one of those movies would possibly have been one of his highest grossing films ever. But to see that F1 is his highest grossing film, man, that speaks to the movie and to where that franchise could go.
Exactly. So next up, we'll be talking a little Spider-Verse news, man. Spider-Punk swings solo, man. Looks like Sony's diving deeper into the Spider-Verse, and this time it's all about a rebel. A Spider-Punk film is officially in the works, and if you caught Across the Spider-Verse, you already know Hobie Brown stole every scene he was in. Now he's getting his own spotlight, and it's about time. Daniel Kaluuya, the Oscar-winning powerhouse behind Get Out and Judas and the Black Messiah, isn't just voicing Hobie Brown. He's also co-writing the script with Ajan Singh. So the question is, with Miles, Gwen, and now Hobie leading the charge, is the Spider-Verse becoming the most exciting corner of the superhero cinematic universe?
I think so. I think so, man. And then to see Daniel in this role and also co-writing the script, man, I believe it's going to be exciting. It's probably going to be the best Spider-Verse movie that we've seen so far.
Man, I'm excited about it, man. Still waiting on that next installment of Across the Spider-Verse, part 2, but really looking forward to this, man, because those have been some of the best Spider-Man stories told.
They have. Yes, they have.
Oscar-winning film.
That's right.
At that, man. So really looking forward to that. Also, Johnny, it's official, man. Lilo and Stitch isn't just a hit; it's the hit of the year. After dominating the box office and surprising just about everyone, the live-action remake is finally headed to streaming. And with over $1 billion worldwide, it now holds the crown as 2025's top-grossing film. It's wild when you think about it, though. A story about a blue alien and a Hawaiian girl with heart, humor, and chaos somehow cut through the noise of big-budget franchises and superhero fatigue. But that's the power of Ohana. It means family, and clearly audiences around the world showed up for it. So mark your calendars. Lilo and Stitch is going to swing into streaming on Disney Plus on September 3rd, 2025. That means soon enough, Ohana will be just a play button away.
Man, that is cool because I really enjoyed Lilo and Stitch. A great family-friendly movie. If you haven't seen it, please get ready. It's coming out, so all you have to do is hit that button and you'll be able to watch Lilo and Stitch. But man, I'm excited. I'm excited for the movie. Yeah. I'm excited for the young girl that played Lilo.
Man, she was awesome, man.
Yeah,
that little girl. She was not only adorable, but man, she was so great in that role, man.
Yeah, man. I'm just truly excited for it all, man.
Yep. And one last thing off the top, since the theme of this show is all about, Hollywood in terms of reboots versus originals. Mm-hmm. Well, once again, Hollywood is doing it again with a reboot.
Another reboot.
That reboot train just keeps on rolling, and now it's pulling T.J. Hooker back into the spotlight. The 80s cop drama that originally starred William Shatner is reportedly getting a modern-day makeover. But in a time when Hollywood keeps reaching into the vault instead of taking risks on fresh ideas, it raises the question, does anyone really want a reboot of T.J. Hooker, or are we just hooked on nostalgia?
T.J. Hooker was a good show, but I do believe right now in the climate that the industry is in, I think it's the nostalgia.
Well, and now it's going to be a different take because this one is actually going to be an action comedy. But I mean, they did the same thing with 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
And I mean, I enjoyed the film.
Yeah, the films were great. The films were great. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see.
Wait and see.
But nah, man, I'm it'll be interesting to see what they do with it. Like I said, I enjoyed the 21 Jump Street films. And at the end of the day, if you can make a great film or a great TV show, I'll give it a shot, man. I'm all for it, man.
I mean, I'll give it a shot, but man, I am so ready for some fresh and new stuff. But
and again, we'll be talking about that a little bit later in the show.
That's right. So hey, we'll see.
All right. So next up we have Forged in Steel.
All right, man, Bruce, here we go. So Forged in Steel. Today, we've talked about the great state of Alabama. Every time we do Forged in Steel, it's about the great state of Alabama. And we talked about, the film incentives. We talked about the film office. We talked about the scenery, the different places to film around Alabama. But one thing we have not talked about is some of the great talent that comes from Alabama.
There's so much talent.
So much talent that comes from Alabama, man. So today in Forged in Steel, we're going to talk about some of that great talent that has come from this state. So on the top of my list, man, this is in no particular order, but at the top of my list, Octavia Spencer. She's from Montgomery, Alabama. She's an Academy Award-winning actress.
That's right.
She was in The Help, Hidden Figures, and Ma. She's a trailblazer, man, in the industry, man, for women of color, and she's right here. She's from right here in the great state of Alabama.
Montgomery.
Hey, you talked about 21 Jump Street, so next on my list we have Channing Tatum. He's from Coleman, Alabama.
Oh.
Now, he's from Coleman is a small town, but he's an international star. He played in movies such as Magic Mike. You mentioned 21 Jump Street, Foxcatcher. He's a dancer, he's an actor, he's a producer, all around extraordinary guy, man, when it comes to entertainment. So there you go. You got Channing Tatum, somebody who, we both have had the opportunity to sit down and talk to. Andre Holland from right up the road in Bessemer, Alabama. Shout out to Andre. He's known for the Academy Award winning movie Moonlight. He was in the movie The Uniqe, also in High Flying Bird. And he's also restoring the historic Lincoln Theater over in Bessemer, Alabama, man, with his mother. They're working on that together, and that's going to be for a hub for creatives and storytelling and all kind of art forms, man. So shout out to Andre and your mom for doing that.
But and I got to say this real quick. And, man, shout out to Andre for the film they put out last year, Exhibiting Forgiveness, man. Yes. Awesome film. If you haven't seen it, please do yourself a favor and check it out.
Yeah, that one previewed at the
last year
at Sidewalk Film Festival.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Oh, and speaking of Sidewalk Film Festival, I digress for a minute. We will be doing our podcast this year from the Sidewalk Film Festival.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, we'll talk to you about that a little bit more later. Put out some information about it, but we will be at Sidewalk this year.
So look for us.
That's right. Deborah Joy Winans. She's from right here in Birmingham. Some people may be saying, who is that? But she starred in Greenleaf, which was a faith-based performance that held gospel royalty. You know, that show was on. So shout out to her. Shaquita Smith.
Yeah.
She's from Birmingham, Alabama. She's an actress, producer. Y'all know her from shows such as Wicked City, NCIS New Orleans. You know, she graduated from Troy University. And also, she's my cousin. You know,
Cuzzo.
that's right. Asiana Alexis.
Yeah.
She's from Tuskegee, Alabama. You know her from such powerful series as Empire. She played Little Cookie in that show. She was in 13 Reasons Why. Also, she was in BMF. And she was also in Mary J. Blige's Real Love. You know, she trained also at the Alabama School of Fine Arts.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to get into acting and you're looking for a great school for that or for the fine arts altogether, Alabama School of Fine Arts is a great place to be. Now, Bruce, somebody that you have been talking about so much because you have really just gotten into this series.
Yeah.
It's from right here in Birmingham. Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins, that's my man.
Come on,
right
man.
there,
Uncle Baby Billy
Uncle
Freeman.
Baby Bill and Freeman, man.
Come on, man. What's one of your quotes from him, man?
Go on, man. Get it.
So, yeah, he's from Birmingham as well. Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox.
She's from Birmingham. You know her from Monica on Friends. Yeah. She was in also Cougar Town.
Scream.
Yeah, Scream, the Scream franchise, man, which is, you know, one of the great scary movie franchises or horror flicks or whatever you want to call it. Another person who I've had the opportunity of working with. My first possibly Hollywood job was working for this guy. I had dreads at the time. So I was young. I had hair on my head. I could grow hair. But Ricky Smiley.
Man, yeah.
Ricky Smiley is from Birmingham. You all know him as a comedian, as an actor, as a radio personality. Ricky Smiley, the great, is from right here in Birmingham, Alabama. And last but not least, Roy Wood Jr.
Yeah, man.
Roy Wood Jr., man. Y'all know him. He's a comedian. You saw him on The Daily Show. He's a veteran actor and a documentary host. And he's from right here in the great city, the magic city of Birmingham, Alabama, man. So that's just a little bit of some of the actors we have.
Because there's so many more.
Yeah,
there's so much talent in the state, and then like some of the ones that are on the come up, man.
Oh yeah, man. Like
a bunch of them.
Raven Sherrill.
Yeah,
Raven is a great actress.
CJ
Steele. You know, so those are
up in Huntsville, Prince and Drake, man.
Yeah, hey, shout out to him, man. There's so much talent here in Alabama. So if you're looking for great talent, all you have to do is put your casting calls out here in Alabama, and you're going to find what you're looking for. So that's our Forged in Steel for today, man.
Forged in Steel, man. Man, I love that segment. Always great to highlight the great things that are happening in our great state of Alabama, man.
So Alabama is the place to be. I say it every time we do Forged in Steel. Alabama is the place to be.
It is the place to be, man. So, man, Johnny, I already know, man.
Yep.
I know you setting me up for something.
I'm setting you up.
I know you setting me up for something.
You stole my job last time.
I did it 1 week.
I mean, but you
I
still.
stole it. Yeah, okay.
I mean, you don't let me touch the cameras. You don't let me touch the camera, so why would you touch my job?
Wow. So what you got for me, man? What's the question this week, man?
All right, man.
Trivia question.
Here we go. Now, since we are talking Inception today,
okay,
I have a question kind of from Inception. So my question today, which Inception actor also played a major role in The Dark Knight Rise as a character named Blake? If you know it, don't answer now. If you know it, please put it in the comments. But again, here's my question. Which Inception actor also played a major role in The Dark Knight Rises as a character named Blake?
Okay.
All right? That's an easy question for you, huh?
I have an answer for you at the end of the show.
Okay, so I mean, it's not like one of them long questions that you gave me last week, even though I did get my question right. But again, I digress. I bring it back to the show.
Here we go. All right, so that was the trivia question of the day, man. So now we're gonna start off with our take two, man.
Come on, man. Take two.
Take two. So for this week's Take Two, we'll be talking about the Skydance and Paramount merger, man, and what this means for the industry.
I know it means a lot, bro.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
All right. So this week, a major shakeup hit Hollywood after months of back and forth and regulation hurdles. The $8 billion merger between Skydance Media and Paramount Global is finally a done deal. It officially closed on August 7th with David Ellison. Yeah, that David Ellison, son of Oracle billionaire Larry Ellison, is stepping in as CEO of the newly formed Paramount Skydance Corporation. Please, Johnny, don't get it twisted, though. This isn't just some corporate headline. This merger could seriously change everything in the game.
Everything.
We're talking everything from how films and shows are made to how they're streamed and even the news that's reported over at CBS. So let's get into it. What does this really mean for the future of the entertainment industry? And for us as an audience, what do you think this means for us?
Man, it's going to be some tremendous changes coming to, again, television and film, what we watch, how we get our news, and the things that get reported. And I truly believe, man, this merger is one of the biggest things that ever happened to the industry. So it's about to change the whole trajectory of the industry, the landscape of everything. It's totally about to change.
Do you think when mergers like this happen, it's creating a monopoly? Because you remember, like Fox was bought out by Disney's a few years back, and now you have Skydance purchasing Paramount. Do you think it's a monopoly?
It's definitely a monopoly that's forming, man, because, somebody wants to control every part of the industry that they can, either it's, TV, film, news, music, whatever the case may be. If you control it, you control the narrative of what's getting told, how it's getting told, what people are seeing, how they are viewing their TV and film experience. So with it being in one person's hand like that, all that at one time, I mean, it's a monopoly. It's definitely a monopoly.
Yeah. Paramount has a massive IP library with Mission Impossible, Star Trek, SpongeBob, and now all of that is under Skydance's vision.
Yeah. I mean, all I can say, man, is we better watch out. I mean, I'm not saying it in a bad way because I wouldn't mind working with them on something that we do.
Right.
But, again, it's going to be where everything is controlled by the few.
Right.
It's controlled by the few.
And I mean, it's no secret at all that Paramount has struggled over the last few years.
Oh, they definitely have.
From falling cable revenues to streaming losses. So this merger for them is all about fresh leadership and a tech-focused reset.
Sometimes, man, a reset is necessary. When you see the ship is sinking, you need to go back to the drawing board. And if going to the drawing board, it seems that, for them to get out of the debt that they were in was to sell and to see a new vision, a new look happen to save the company. I'm all for that. I'm definitely all for that. That's just the name of the game right now, man. Owning and making all the money.
And one thing I think that they're really big on right now is like with this new leadership, they're really big on quality.
Yes.
Like just trying to, really bring forth that quality to their upcoming projects and just, hopefully not get too reboot heavy.
Yeah.
But again, it's like they have the existing IP. So where do you go?
Yeah. I mean, you're going to have to put some of that stuff out there too. I mean, that's just the climate that we're in right now with the industry, with the reboots, which we're talking about a little later on in the show. But I possibly believe that we will see some reboots coming from them, some things that they own that may not have been out in a while, seeing them putting that stuff out there as well, again, because of nostalgia and trying to bring those viewers back to them. They're going to put out some stuff that people are used to. It's a stifle on creativity right now, and for a lot of reasons, COVID, the strikes, all that stuff has happened to this industry, and right now they're trying to catch up.
Right.
They're trying to catch up. So yeah, it's gonna stifle it, but I trust and believe that there's gonna be a resurgence and new IP. But again, we're gonna talk about that a little later on in the show. But I think there's gonna be a resurgence of new IP and new creatives getting out there and doing their things. And then being a creative, you'll think of new creative ways to make your projects get out there. So it's gonna be a tough road, but it's gonna be a win-win.
I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see kind of what happens, after this week and, going forward, like what's going to happen with this merger, man.
Yeah, man. So let me ask you this question before we move on. Like, we both have subscriptions to a lot of streaming services.
Right.
So with Paramount Plus, did you subscribe to Paramount Plus? Do you like any of the shows that they had out on Paramount Plus? Like they did the reboots, or they did some new stuff with. I did like the new stuff that they did with like Star Trek.
Okay.
And things of that nature. I did like those shows, right. Even the animated version of it.
Right.
But so did you like Paramount Plus?
I did subscribe to Paramount Plus, but I did end up canceling as well.
Mm-hmm.
There just wasn't enough content on there for me.
Yeah.
Especially with all the other streaming services out there, it's hard to compete.
Yeah.
And so I feel that like with this merger and Skydance being able to get all of their IP, then, I believe that they'll honestly be able to get more content for their streaming platform, because that's where everything is headed.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's the reason why a lot of these companies are buying, these other companies that have like these large IPs. Yeah. Like that was the main reason Disney bought Fox, because like Fox had this great IP that Disney wanted.
Yeah.
So I believe that's kind of what they're doing. Like they're just gonna see what sticks and just try to go from there, man, because that's what it's all about. It's all about streaming these days. So, we'll
it's
see.
Like throwing spaghetti on the wall and seeing if it's done.
It really is, man. So we'll see. But what do you guys think? Tell us what you think about this merger. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it a monopoly? Leave us your thoughts at the email below, and just let us know what you think.
That's right, man. Bruce, it's time.
It's time, man.
It's time, man. We are about to talk to Christina Castellanos. Our buddy U-Niqe, man.
That's right.
She has an amazing story to tell,
yes,
and I cannot wait to share her with you all. So, here we go.
Let's go behind the lens.
All right, everyone. Now it's time to roll out the red carpet for a true multi-talent in the game. She's a powerhouse actress who's gone from the streets of Washington Heights to the screen on shows like Orange is the New Black, Law and Order SVU, and Ray Donovan. She's got the raw grit of New York, the glow of a rising star, and the hustle of a true boss lady. She is really unique. With new projects like Royal Bloodline and Conspirators on the way, she's just getting her start. Family, let's make some noise and welcome to the mic, the one and the only Christina U-Niqe Castellanos.
Christina, what's going on?
What's going on, y'all? I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me. It's a blessing.
Man, thank you for being on.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That's what's up. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got your start in the industry.
Well, basically, as you know, my name is Christina U-Niqe Castellanos. I'm originally from the Bronx, New York, but I reside in Central Jersey now. Been out here in Jersey for the last 30 years, so that's my home. And I've got my acting career started back in 2014. Prior to that, I was in the entertainment business already. I started in the entertainment business probably, I say, like at the age of 11 is when I started writing music. And how this all came about, I was blessed, when I moved from the Bronx to Jersey, my neighbor happened to just be Keisha from the R&B group Total.
Oh, wow.
Man.
And that's where me and her have been rocking since 11, and I met a lot of people through her. I met Missy, I met Andre, I met Method Man, I met all of them. I'm talking about young age, playing basketball with them, learning from them, studying them, and just being around the whole entertainment business. I was 12 years old when Keisha took me backstage to the Bad Boy and the Family concert at Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
And that was something that changed my life. Because the minute I went backstage, I'm around Heavy D, Busta Rhymes, 112, Mace. I'm talking about all these legends. And from that day forward, I said, okay, I'm gonna jump into the entertainment business. And that's how I started getting my grind on. But fast forward years later, I was doing music, and then I got bit by the acting bug in 2014. I was blessed. My brother Gabriel Lopez, who was in American Gangster and Pride and Glory and all these other different films, he had a series called City Inside the City. He came to me and he said, "Look, I like your style, I like everything." And I've known him for a while. But he offered me a role, and I was my first acting gig. I had a principal role, and I was blessed to film with Peter Green, Hassan Johnson, like all these people that I met back in 2014. And from that first time that they said action, that bug took a hold on me, and there was no turning back after that. And then the following year, I ended up in Orange is the New Black.
Let me ask you this, Christina. You hear a lot about method acting and people staying in character on set. What's your process like when you get on a set, like a film set?
Uh, for me, it's just all about being 100% all there mentally. I've been around people who are extremely professional, and I've been around people who come on set and they just like to play around, or they're just so distracted by the stars and this, and they want to take pictures and they lose focus of why they're there. So for me, it's like once I step on that set, I am that character for the entire day until they say wrap. Preparation is everything in this business. You have to be prepared. You cannot go on set and waste people's time, because time is money, and these people do not like for their money to be played around with.
Yeah, they're spending millions of dollars on these movies and each
Mhm.
episode of a television show. Now,
Yeah.
you mentioned earlier when you first got your first gig on Orange is the New Black.
Mhm.
Now, I used to really enjoy that show on Netflix. I used to watch it all the time. And am I correct? When you first got on that show, you were not like a regular or somebody that had a recurring role, but they saw something in you and they wanted to bring you even further into the camera, give you more camera time, and have you
Mhm.
acting with some of the more prominent characters on that show. And then you continued into even into like the fifth season?
I was in season 4 and 5. I started off season 4,
Okay.
season 5, because that was after I did City Inside the
Yes.
City. And it wasn't until someone said something to me on set and they said, "You would be really good on Orange is the New Black." I didn't know anything really too much about the show. And then I started looking into it and how God works, because I'm a firm believer God places you where you are supposed to be.
Yes.
One of my close homegirls that I just happen to be cool with, I'm on her Instagram one day. I see she's on set, Orange is the New Black. Shout out to my homegirl China. So I hit her up and I said, "What agency, covers this show?" So she told me, which was Central Casting. I went out to Central Casting and I did the orientation. They did my photo. And 6 days later, they called me to be on set. And from there, I just took off, man. I guess because I got such a mean look. I'm a New Yorker. So it's like they see that look and they like, "Oh, she look real gangster. She look, like a real true inmate." Even though I'm such a sweetheart, I promise I look real evil, but I'm very nice. I'm a nice person. But it paid off for me. And they started putting me around all of the main characters. I was always part of the Dominican gangs. I was always with Daya. I was always with Maria. I was always with all of them. And then they made me a murder suspect when the guard got killed.
Yeah.
Then they put me in these special fighting scenes. And then from that point on, I became a regular and I was there all the time. I became core. And it was amazing. That's how I became SAG after because of Orange is the New Black. I earned my 3 waivers the first month that I went on set. And I will forever, forever be grateful because that opened up a lot of doors for me being on that set. And I got busy because I don't play. When I come to set, I always say I'm going to leave my mark on these sets, and I'll make sure I do.
That's what's
And it
up.
worked out.
Now, working with Queen Latifah, on The Equalizer. How was that?
Oh my God, that was such a blessing. I had the time of my life. I got to work with Benny Boom. He was a director, and also Lady of Rage. She was also on that episode. And when they told me that day, they broke down the scene and all that stuff, and they said gonna have somebody face to face, have a square off, and man, I had the time of my life. It was like the battle of the Cleos. That's how I felt. That's how it felt to me.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because the way I was looking at Queen, and when we, during the break, she said, "Man, girl," she said, "you was looking at me like you was trying to take my head off. Like you was just you looking at me like this." And I'm like, "Well, I ain't come to play." But she gave me my flowers, man. She gave me my flowers, and it's so crazy because I met Queen Latifah when I was 14. I basically broke it down to her and had to remind her and let her know, like, this is how God works. Everything is coming in full circle. And it was such a humbling, amazing experience for me. And that day really, that's when I really knew. I said, you know what? You are starting to finally get recognized. Like now you got the right eyes on you now. And it changed my whole life being on that episode. And Queen Latifah posted me on her page, and I became friends with Lady of Rage. She followed me now. We cool peoples, and it's so amazing to know that people that I watched growing up and I looked up to, and now I get to call them my castmates, and I get to call them my friends, and they are showing me love. I said, okay, I'm moving in the right direction. But it was beautiful. It was amazing. And I learned so much because I study everybody. Study everybody.
That's what's up.
It
Yeah.
says a lot about you that people just take notice of your work ethic and the work that you're putting in to honing your craft. What does it mean to you, like when you see and you get those types of accolades?
It means the world because, coming up, I didn't have the easiest life. I was the black sheep of my family. And as they say, the black sheep turns to the goat. And it's like watching all this stuff happen now, and to know that a lot of my family, they didn't believe in my career. A lot of them was like, go to college, get a regular job. And now that they see the people that showing me love, and the love that I'm getting, it tells me that I really made the right decision and choices. I never let anything stop me from pursuing my acting career because I love it that much, and it's paying off. So it means everything to me. Everything. I'm grateful and I'm blessed and I'm humbled.
That's what's up.
And a lot of times, and I think we've all kind of faced this before. Like you will have those distractors and those doubters, whether it's family or friends. And a lot of times you
Mm-hmm.
have to bet on yourself. And sometimes it's taking a big swing, a huge leap of faith, just stepping
Yeah.
out there and pursuing what it is that we all love to do and what we're passionate about.
That's right.
So I applaud you with
Mhm.
that.
Thank you. Thank you. You just got to keep at it, man.
Now let me ask you this. Speaking of family, now am I
Mhm.
right? Was your father a boxer?
Yes, he was. He was a
Okay,
professional boxer.
that's what's up.
Mhm.
And you were working on a series around that, right?
Yeah, I'm actually working on my biofilm.
Okay.
Nice.
My
So
life is been very, very, very deep, and my story is very deep, and it's something that I feel that the world needs. But I've always believed in myself, and I always knew that God had a special calling for my life. And sometimes they say people that go through the most struggles are going to be those people that end up being successful and being a generational curse breaker, which I'm trying to do for my family.
that's
For sure.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You got something you want to say, Bruce?
Yeah. Well, do you have? Well, I do have a question.
Yeah.
So we have a mutual friend, Lionel
Hmm.
Coleman. Lionel's been a great friend to us. He's helped us a lot along the way and given us some great advice. Can you tell us about the relationship that you have with Lionel and how you guys met?
Lionel, man. Lionel, I tell you what, Lionel is like a angel from heaven to me, because it's so crazy that when I met Lionel, and let me just make a long story short. The time that I got booked for Elsbeth, I was booked for a reality show for who is the best actor. It was supposed to be me and 11 other actors in Atlantic City in a big house competing for who's the best actor. And I got booked for that first. And then when I got the booking for Elsbeth, some just told me, just ride with it, ride with it. And I canceled. And I never like to cancel on anything because I, take my craft very seriously. But I ended up on Elsbeth. And it was the best thing that I've ever done in my life because Lionel was truly a blessing and he saw something in me. I've been doing this for over 10 years, being on different sets, building with different directors, networking, grinding. And I always said to myself, I said, one day there's going to be that one person that's going to really, really notice you. And I felt the momentum already building up because I just did Equalizer. Just got love from Benny Boom and all them. So here I am on Elsbeth. Never met Lionel. And he showed me so much love. And he was such a pleasure to work with, so humbled. He saw something in me. And then next thing you know, I'm getting calls, oh, you going to do a first team rehearsal with the principals. And I'm the only background person there. And I said, okay. We were filming for like 7, 8 days straight.
Yeah.
So we was always there to, so it was love. And then afterwards, with the last day, we started following each other on Instagram and we became friends. I reached out to him and just told him thank you, for the opportunity. Thank you for seeing something in me. Cause for so many years, I knew I had it in me, but I just felt overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
Lionel made me that was the first time that I said, okay, they starting to really see the work. And he came to me and he told me, and I am so humbled by this. And Lionel, I know you're gonna watch this. I love you, my brother. He said to me, he said, you're somebody that I can trust to deliver. I love how you pay attention to details on set. And he says, I want to work with you. And I was just like, my hair stood up because I'm like, let's go. Like, when you need me on set, you need me tomorrow, I'm there. And we've been so close ever since, so close. And I look to him like a mentor. Like you said, you love God friending me and tell you how God works.
Oh yeah.
I was on that set as an extra, and Joe Morton happened to be a part of that show. Lionel was there that day, and I didn't even know until I found out that he was, involved with God friending
Yep.
me, and it's just so crazy that all these years later, I get to work with Lionel. He's the director for Elsbeth, and Joe Morton. I've been studying with him for a while, also taking master classes, and when we did that series inside the black box together, it's amazing, man. It's amazing how just everything comes full circle. But Lionel was a blessing. Mine was awesome. So
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say he truly is a blessing because again, um, God does that. Like you were saying, you saw
mhm,
Lionel on God Friended Me. You were there on set, but then you didn't make that connection with him there. But God
mhm.
brought y'all back together again on Elsbeth, and He saw something in you, and now y'all are rocking together. And then look, now you're here with us on the 515 Real to Real podcast.
Man,
And
my
it's
hands is
yeah,
standing up.
yeah. So
God is so good,
yes, he is.
God is good.
Yes, he is.
I'm
Boots, I
gonna,
know
I'm
you
gonna,
want
yeah,
to
I'm
say
gonna go
something.
back to something real quick.
Mhm,
So you were talking about how like Lionel took a notice of you on set, and it all kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier on how like a lot of people are noticing you because of your work ethic and what you're doing on those sets or whatever, and it
mhm,
says a lot about you and who you are.
mhm. Thank you, thank you. I try to be humble. I'm a very humble person. With me, I could have $1 billion in my bank account, and I'm going to be the same person I am right now.
Right.
Because walking with God, and since my faith has increased drastically over the years, but God made sure I found my calling and God has been placing the right people that He wants in my life and in my path.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, I'm not playing. I'm in the gym 7 days a week.
Yeah.
I'm on my grind. I'm like, cause if He ever says, U-Niqe, I got something, I'm ready.
Let's go.
Now,
Absolutely.
come
Go
on,
ahead.
Bruce, because this
Nah,
is a
go
great
ahead.
interview. No, you ask your question and then
No,
I'll
go
get
for it, man.
Okay, well, I was I was gonna ask you, with you being in this game for 10 years, and
Mhm.
I mean, you are really truly making some moves. What would you say to a person who's trying to come up in this industry, and they're going to watch this interview and see you, and you're going to inspire them to even work harder? So what would you say to them?
Believe in yourself. I know it's easier said than done because we all go through trials and tribulations in life. We all go through experiences that sometimes may, try to deter us from our paths. But if you really know and that you have something and a gift within yourself, you keep fighting for yourself to the end. And you have to know that this is not an easy situation to be a part of. A lot of people see the actors on TV and they think it's easy. And it's true what they say: if you do not give up and you stay the course, God will find a way for you. And it may not be on your timing. And that's something I had to learn, as I grow in this industry. You have to have patience. You have to have belief. You have to have self love. Therapy is everything. I'm in therapy every week. You have to take care of your mental health. You got to take care of your physical health. All that stuff helps you become an unstoppable force. And that's how I look at it. I look at it like I know I have what it takes to be one of the greats in this business, and I will become a legend in this business. And because I believe in my talent. So don't ever give up. To all the actors out there, please, no matter what y'all do, stay the course. Yep. And read out loud 7 days a week. Something my acting coach, shout out to my acting coach Tracy Moore, Joe Morton, Ulysses Terrero. I learned everything from them. But 7 days a week, you have to work on, whether it's a monologue, whether it's looking over a script, whether redoing your resume, something. But continue to own your craft and be comfortable within yourself, and you will soar. That's a promise. That's a promise.
That's good.
Yep.
Awesome. Man, thank you for sharing that, Christina. And man, we want to send you a shout out too, because your birthday was this week, man. So happy birthday to you.
Friday,
Yes.
Friday coming up was the 8th. Yeah.
Are you
Oh
gonna
yeah,
sing
my
happy birthday,
birthday.
Bruce?
We'll sing it together. We'll sing it happy.
See,
So you ain't gonna join in?
no,
You ain't gonna join
I wasn't
in?
gonna join in. I wasn't gonna join in.
Oh, y'all about to
Trust me,
sing
you
me
do
happy
not want
birthday?
that.
No, you don't want us to sing
You don't
for
want
you.
that, Christina. You
I was looking forward to it.
trust me. No, you weren't.
We'll sing it offline.
You may have been looking forward to it, but your ears weren't. Trust me.
It's okay as long as I feel the love, and I feel the love, and I'm very thankful, to be here. And I would love to work with you guys. I know you guys are working on stuff. Listen,
Oh yeah.
phone call away.
Hey,
My
Hey, let's
range
make
is
it
my
happen.
we
range
can
is
make we
Hey,
can definitely
crazy.
make that happen.
yes, for sure.
Yeah,
We love to
as
make
you
that
see
happen.
my reel, my range is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we see.
don't play.
We
Yeah,
see.
definitely. Definitely. Got anything else, Bruce?
Yeah, well, I just want to say thank you for joining us on the show, man. It means a lot
Mhm.
just you being on the show, sharing a little bit about your story, and man, we're looking forward to seeing your bio.
Mhm.
Just keep us posted on that, and just let us know what you have coming up. Anytime you want to come on, please just let us know.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, we family now. We locked in.
That's
So,
right.
I'm gonna make sure, I stay in contact with you guys, and hey, hopefully, we get to work together. Lionel, all of us will be on the same set one day.
That's
I'm gonna
right.
manifest it now,
That's
speaking
right.
into existence.
That's right.
Yeah, let's go. Let's work.
Let's make it happen. Let's go.
All right,
Yeah, I'm
everybody.
ready.
I just want to thank you again for joining us today. I'm not going to call you by your first name. I'm going to call you U-Niqe. U-Niqe, we are so glad that you were on the show with us today, and we can't wait to see all the great things that are going to happen in your life and in your career we're fans, and we're going to be watching. We're going to be watching the small screen and the big screen, looking for you.
Yes, it's coming. I got a lot of projects, so trust me, I'm working.
All right, everybody, give it
Thank
up
you
for
for having
U-Niqe.
me.
Give it up for Unique. Send her a happy birthday message.
Yeah, that's right. Leo gang in the building, baby. Leos run the world.
All right, man. So now it's time for one of my favorites. I'm not
Okay.
gonna say my favorite.
Yeah.
But one of my favorites.
One of your favorites.
Two snaps.
Two snaps.
So Johnny, you gonna
Yeah.
wait, you ain't gonna wear the hat?
No, dog.
You ain't gonna wear the
No, dog.
it's two snaps. You ain't
It's
gonna wear
two snaps, man, but no, dog. You're not finna see me with no Zorro snap. You're not finna see me with Hail Mary snap or whatever kind of snap that they used to do on their Living Color. You know, I love the show so much. That's why we named the segment Two Snaps. And I believe the audience loves this segment. And
I love it too. It's
I
one
love
of my
it too.
favorite segments.
I love
man.
it too. But
Yeah.
today's Two Snap,
We'll be talking
Bruce. Yeah, what we talking, Bruce?
the phenomenal
Yes.
Amazon Prime movie
Movie, come on.
War of the World.
War of the Worlds, man, starring our man Ice Cube. Let's get into it, man. So,
What's the review, man? I'm so anxious to hear this. Right
well,
now.
I'm gonna tell you this. I almost forgot that the movie was coming out on Prime,
Yeah.
and I just so happened to be online looking at some entertainment news and seeing what's going on, and saw that it had already come out, and I saw them saying that Rotten Tomatoes gave this movie a 0% rating.
0%. I saw that.
I saw a 0% rating. And then I saw the next line said that the tag for the movie was the worst is yet to come, or the worst could happen, or something like that, whatever the tag is for the movie. And somebody said that could not be more true for this movie. And I was like, no, it cannot be. Not an Ice Cube movie. With all the stuff that Ice Cube has put out there, man, from the Friday franchise, from the movies with him and Kevin Hart, Barbershop, everything that he's put out, man, I could not believe that this movie is being talked so down about, man. So I had to go watch it.
You had to go watch it.
I had to go watch it. I had to go see for myself, because I can't believe what everybody out there is saying. I actually had to go and watch this movie for myself.
I'll say this. I remember when they bring the idea of a new War of the Worlds on Amazon Prime and starring Ice Cube. I was like, do we really need another War of the Worlds? But then I was like, I'm like this. I'll always give it a chance. I saw the trailer for it, and it did not spark my interest, but I was still like, I'll watch it regardless. But man, once I saw the reviews come out and it was a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, and then I started reading the reviews, brother, I was like, I can't do 2 hours.
You couldn't do 2 hours?
Couldn't do 2 hours, man.
Come on, man. You still gonna have to go back and watch Happy Gilmore for me.
Nah, I
But-
would have did that.
But man, I'm telling you, so I'm a big sci-fi fan.
Yeah.
Big sci-fi fan. War of the Worlds, the original back in, I think it was 1953. The original came out, and that was a great movie for that time.
Right.
Growing up watching sci-fi, that was one of my favorites. And then you had the next one that came out, 2005, with Tom Cruise, which was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. So I was excited to hear that they were going to come out with another War of the Worlds, and Ice Cube was going to be in it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking 2005 version, seeing that type of action and seeing, Cube moving through the streets doing all this other stuff. But then after seeing the trailers and seeing that he was like an agent working for the government, I was like, okay, something different on this movie. But again, after hearing the reviews and seeing that Rotten Tomatoes had given it a 0, I was like, man, no, I can't believe it. So again, I had to go watch it for myself. And there were some good parts.
Okay.
There were some good parts. But to me, the aliens is what truly did it for me. The way the aliens looked in this movie looked like the 1953 version was better. The 1953 version was better when it came to the aliens. I mean, there was no kind of, the graphics on the aliens, it was poor. It was very poor, man. I'm like, and then the concept of the movie was these aliens were not coming to basically destroy the earth, but they were coming to gobble up all the data. They were coming to gobble up all the data, and the big androids that we normally see in War of the Worlds, they were here basically as like decoys for these little bitty bugs that got into the system and ate all the data up.
Okay.
So that was it. Now, a funny part of the movie was when Ice Cube, if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry, but you're probably not going to go watch it anyway. But when Ice Cube was sitting at his computer and his Facebook account was being destroyed and all his pictures and videos of his family, because his wife had died. She's not in the movie, but she's dead. And you see all his pictures on his Facebook getting destroyed. And then there's one picture, a real picture of Ice Cube as a young guy with a Jerry curl. And that's the last picture on his Facebook that's destroyed. And they actually put that picture like front and center in the screen and they show it disappear or whatever. And I'm like, why they do my man like that? Now, come on. You didn't have to show him. I mean, and it looked like it was before his NWA days.
I mean, Cube did used to rock the curl.
He did rock the curl. He did rock the curl. A lot of people rock the curl, but I was
Straight out
like,
Compton, he was rocking that curl.
he was. But again, man, the picture.
Crazy young brother named Ice Cube.
He was crazy enough to be in this movie. Even after he read the script and all that other good stuff. But I mean, dude, I truly hate to say this.
Hold up. Before you go there.
Okay.
I need to know, man.
Uh-huh.
What, like, I know you're getting ready to give your, like, final review, but, like, how many snaps, man? I need to know.
How many snaps I give it?
How many snaps?
Now, this is our 5th episode.
Yeah.
This is our 5th episode. And the movies that we have reviewed for 2 snaps, to me, have been very good, even though we had a discrepancy in the Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Which I still want you to go back and watch.
Not going to happen.
Go back and watch.
Not going to happen.
But, dude, I can't give this one no snaps.
What?
No snaps, dude.
What?
I mean, this movie was truly...
Hold on. Wait, now you're the one that's kind on movies. Like, I
am.
Like, we all saw what your number 2 movie was as far as most anticipated films of the year.
Now,
so
please
like,
go back to that episode. That was not...
So for you to say...
The Tyler Perry movie was not my number 2 most anticipated movie of the year.
That's what you had on there.
No.
A Madea Destination Wedding was his number 2 most anticipated film. So if he says that this movie gets no snaps, that says a lot.
Listen, Linda. Bruce, I forgot to give my number 2 because, again, if you go back and watch that episode, I had given 2 back-to-back, and then you said something about, wait a minute, man, you gave 2 movies back-to-back. And then I said, okay, Bruce, you give 2. So you gave 2, and just so happened one of the 2 that you gave was my number 1 on the list.
Okay.
And I got so excited about the number 1 on my list, I forgot to give you my number 2 on the list. And this guy decided to insert Madea's Destination Wedding as my number 2 on the list. Now, I'm not knocking it.
Don't blame it.
I'm not knocking
blame
it.
the producer.
Blame the producer? No, I can't blame the producer. I blame you because you did it and the producer let you do it.
I was here.
Yeah, you were here.
I was here.
Yeah. Okay.
How could I do it? I was here.
Okay. I know who ideal it was. Yours to put it there. Now, again, I'm not knocking the Tyler Perry movie. I actually watched it. And to me, it was better than War of the Worlds.
But see, all that being said, he was a little bit more kind of Happy Gilmore than I was.
Definitely. Great movies
You
to
know,
me.
and
Funny.
so for him to say that this gets no snaps, that says a lot.
Dude, no kind of snap.
So are you saying, so you don't think there'll be any Oscar nominations for this film?
Oh yeah, Oscar the Grouch nominations, but not Academy Award.
So for Cube, it wasn't a good day for Cube, huh?
It definitely was not a good day.
Wow, man.
Yeah,
You heard it here first,
man.
JT with no snap.
No snaps, man. I'm telling you,
War of the
after
Worlds,
watching that
man.
movie, the next morning I just had to say, when I woke up, I had to thank God because the day before was very odd, brother. I'm telling you,
It's very odd.
it was very odd. You know, watching that movie, and I mean, I actually feel your pain when you talk about Happy Gilmore, but still,
But see, even I gave Happy Gilmore
you gave it a half a snap.
I gave it a half a snap. There was some, I mean, there was like one or two redeemable qualities from it.
Nope.
No.
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing whatsoever. I'm sorry. If you like the movie, please tell me what parts about it that you truly liked. If you give it a snap, 2 snaps, half a snap, or whatever, please let us know. But again, for me, dude, I give it 2 thumbs down, and this is actually my first hated it.
Wow. That's
My first hated it, man.
Because this guy loves every film just about it.
I do. I'm a big fan of almost everything that's out there. I can say almost everything because now with this one out there, I'm not.
Well, man, I just want to say this in front of everybody, man. I appreciate you watching it so I didn't have to.
Yeah, I took one for the team.
You took one for the team on that.
I took one for the team.
All right, well, anyway, what do you guys think? Did you guys like War of the Worlds? Did you even watch it? Because I did not. But leave us your thoughts and let us know what you think.
Please.
All right, Johnny, we're here, man. We're into our main topic, and this week's main topic is we're talking reboots versus originals. Has Hollywood lost its nerve?
Man, has Hollywood lost its nerve? That's a lot to say. It almost got me tongue-tied.
It is a lot
But
to say.
to say Hollywood has lost its nerve, man, in putting out original content versus reboots, man, that says a lot for the industry.
Yeah. And so, and we're about to just go ahead and get into it. You know, as we know, the Naked Gun reboot just hit theaters last weekend, and a new Thomas Crown affair is on the way. It's pretty clear Hollywood is still deep in its nostalgia bag, but in a post-strike world where studios are playing it safer than ever, are we seeing a real slowdown in fresh original ideas? Is it smart business, or are we creatively losing something in the process? At the same time, you've got indie originals like Sinners making noise, and serious buzz being built around the upcoming horror flick Weapons. So the question is, could we be on the edge of a shift back toward bold original storytelling? Or do you think we're just going to lean right back on into the franchises with the IP, existing IP, and, you know, so forth and so on?
Man, right now, I wish that we could go further and forward with fresh new ideas, such as Sinners.
Right.
I had already spoke on what they had said the movie Weapons could be. And
Matter of fact, that was one of your most anticipated.
yeah,
films.
that was definitely one of my most anticipated films, and it was already being predicted as being the #1 horror film of the year.
Right.
It was, and I couldn't believe that after coming off of watching Sinners. But there is a lot of fresh new ideas out there, but I believe Hollywood is scared.
Right.
I think they're scared right now because of the post-strikes, the COVID, and things of that nature, and having to put so many new ideas on the back burner. They're trying to catch up, and they're using things that have been proven to try to catch up. But I think that is putting a stank on the industry, and people are wanting to see fresh new ideas.
I mean, but here's the thing. So you have like these mega franchises, like say Marvel, DC. They're putting out all this content, and that's what people are going to the theaters to watch.
Yeah.
They're going to see these big franchise films.
Yes.
Like they're going to see the Mission Impossibles. They're going to see the, you know, Supermans and the Fantastic Fours and all these different things. So, you know, and a lot of people say, well, Hollywood is running out of fresh ideas, but every weekend they're releasing more and more original content, but people aren't going out to see them.
People are not going out to see them, possibly because they heard War of the Worlds was coming out. No, I'm just kidding. But man, I mean, I would say with some of the new content that's coming out, there's no depth to some of this stuff, man. I mean, it's surface level, something easy to put out. Now, not knocking,
and a lot of it doesn't get the promotion. They don't have the
they don't have the budget
right.
for the promotion because of the fact that the strikes and everything else happened, and they were not making money.
But when you see a studio like A24 put out these smaller budget films, and they're very profitable, like and it's original content.
Definitely.
That
A24 right now, man, is ahead of the game. A24 is one of the production houses to be on the lookout for because of the stuff that they are putting out, man, is good stuff. It's good stuff. And shout out to everybody over there at A24 for the work that you're doing. And I'm proud of them, and I love their content,
right.
But they're able to do that because of you saying right. Lower budget. I don't know what their pockets is looking like or how they're raising their money or whatever the case may be. But, those are the things that are showing you that you can put out fresh new ideas and truly make some money off of it and not have to put a lot of money into it, and people would go and watch it.
Right.
I mean, there's been several movies that have come out that was original ideas that did not cost a lot, but made a lot.
Right.
Get Out.
Right.
That was a fresh new original idea from Jordan Peele, and it cost like $2 million to make, something around
a little
there.
bit more than that.
Was it a little bit more than $2 million?
Yeah, it was.
But it made
between 10 and 20, I want to say.
Well, I thought it was lower than that.
It was like 10 or 20, I believe.
Okay, but it still made a few $100 million.
It made a lot.
It made $100 million and only cost, as you say, $10, $20 million or whatever the case. I really thought it was lower than that, but whatever. But still, you have these type of movies that are not costing a lot, that are really making an impact in the industry right now. And then you have some of these bigger budget movies that will be coming out later in the year who has to make, man, some extreme amount of money just for them to break even.
Right.
When they could be putting out more and more original content from maybe some unknown people who have a whole lot to say.
Yeah.
And they have great ideas.
Yeah.
They have great ideas. We're two of them.
Yeah. Oh, and I was wrong. You were right. It was 4.5.
4 point. Okay, I knew it was a low number.
Yeah, it was a low number.
I knew it was a low number.
You're right. They did make a lot of money.
They made a couple $100 million.
Right.
And only cost $4 million to make.
Right. Right.
I mean, so it shows you right there that it can happen, that it's proven. I mean, even though, Sinners cost about $90 million to make or whatever the case.
They did very well at the box
office. But they did very well at the box office.
And we'll talk about that in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Here. But right now we're going to get it, like what we're going to get into is like, we'll just go through a list of all the reboots or remakes.
I got excited, man. Right, my bad. I got excited.
So let's go through the list. So in theaters right now, just came out last week, we have The Naked Gun starring Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson. That's one reboot. Then we have The Thomas Crown Affair that's being made, featuring Michael B. Jordan, who's also directing and starring in the film. Another film he's directing.
I think even with those two films right there, man, it's the names that's going to draw the people to come and watch the film. It's not necessarily the film itself. Now, Naked Gun, those were some funny movies.
Right.
Those were some funny movies. And so, but Liam Neeson, I didn't see it. Yeah. Still don't see it. But because it's Liam Neeson, people are going to go spend that however amount of money it costs, $15, almost $20 for a ticket to go to the movies.
But not only that, though, I think not just him, but we talked about it a little bit earlier. It's the nostalgia of it.
It's definitely the nostalgia of it.
People that are fans of the original films, they're flocking to the movies to go see these reboots.
But I think the reason is not necessarily just the nostalgia of it, but again, it's the name of the actors that they have playing them, because you're looking at somebody like Liam Neeson, who is known for action-packed movies, and now he's playing in a comedy.
It's a different role for him.
Definitely a different role for him. And you put Naked Gun, which was some great funny movies, Liam Neeson together, and then you say, oh, okay, I remember the Naked Gun. That was a great movie. It was funny. Oh, Liam Neeson is a great actor. I love him in his action movies. I'm going to go see this. And it's not necessarily, I don't see it being because, oh, it was the Naked Gun. I see it being because it's Liam Neeson.
But you know what? Like, I honestly had no interest in it. Even when they announced the film and they said Liam Neeson was going to be in it, I had no interest in watching it whatsoever. But when I saw the trailer, trailer got me. I thought the trailer was really well done and funny.
Well,
and that's what made me want to go see it. I didn't want to go see it just because Liam Neeson was in it. And I was a fan of like the original series or whatever, but there was like this one joke in the trailer, and I was like, wow, they went there. Yeah. And, you know, but that was like kind of that nostalgia thing, because I remember the first Naked Gun films being a little edgy.
Yeah, they were definitely edgy. They were definitely edgy.
And this trailer had a little bit of that edginess in it. And I was like, so for me, it was the nostalgia factor. It wasn't necessarily Liam Neeson, but I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
Let me go through a few more from the list.
Okay.
So of course last year we had Beetlejuice that come out, the latest rendition of that. Another strong IP from like the late 80s, I believe, is when the original came out. But then we have the reboot that just came out a few weeks ago. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Also coming up, we have Red Sonja coming up, the original starring Brigitte Nielsen. Then we also, again, number one film of the year, Lilo and Stitch. You know, and Disney has been doing this quite a bit. Like they've been taking like a lot of their IP from back in the day, like their cartoons, and then doing live action versions of those films.
Now, I'm a fan of that. I'm definitely a fan of that. You know, seeing these animated and cartoon versions of certain movies. You know, now for me that would be more nostalgia.
Right.
That would be more nostalgia, and then to see it in a live action version really is appealing to me.
Right.
So I don't mind that.
It was a charming
I don't mind
movie, too.
that.
It was a really charming movie, man. I love that movie.
Yeah.
But you know, again, Disney's been doing that quite a bit over the last few years. Like you've seen Cinderella recently. You've seen Beauty and the Beast. Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah. Even the Lion King.
The Lion King. And I thought that was a great film.
Yeah.
I still like, to me, the animated version is still at the top of my list.
Definitely.
But they did I thought Jon Favreau as director did an awesome job with The Lion King.
Yeah.
But, you know, Disney has been very profitable doing a lot of these remakes.
Yeah, they have been. I mean, and again, I don't blame them for that. I mean, Disney is known for animation. You know, they have a lot of original series out there that are doing great. A lot of their movies are always doing great, but to take some of that original IP from the animation department and to make them live action, you know, they're doing good with that. Right. They're doing good with that. But it's some of this other stuff, I'm telling you, man, that's not giving people a chance and an opportunity is what is kind of like the downside to it for me.
Right. Then earlier this year, we just saw the Karate Kid come back. They brought the worlds together with Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan coming together for this particular film in the franchise. So, I mean, you know, it's just like everything seems to be a rehash of what once was.
Yeah, and it's because of the name. Okay, first off, Jackie Chan in the world of karate adventure is the name you wanna have when it comes to that. Then you got Ralph Macchio, who is the original Karate Kid. You see him in the Netflix version in Cobra.
In Cobra Kai,
which
gained a lot of. It had a lot of followers.
Yes, it had a lot of followers behind it because again, it was
the nostalgia.
It was the nostalgia, but it was a different version.
Right.
It was where they are now as an adult, and you saw the rise of the comeback of Cobra Kai, and how Daniel had to come back and kind of like, knock them down to size.
But
But
even with that series-
it wasn't Karate Kid.
But
though.
even with that series, they always leaned on nostalgia very heavily
Very
because there
heavily.
were a lot of callbacks to the original Karate Kid series.
That's right. But I truly believed that series could have stand on its own.
Yeah.
Even without a lot of those callbacks, it could have stand on its own because it was a fresh new story.
But they knew what their audience was.
They knew their audience was
their
us.
audience, yeah.
It was an older audience that probably flocked to that show first.
It was a good mix though,
And
because
then,
you had like a lot of like us like watching their film, like watching the series.
Yeah.
But then you had like a new generation of Karate Kid fans.
That's right.
Watching Cobra Kai.
Yeah, and then I think just a spin on it when they called it Cobra Kai.
Right.
You had the bad element of Karate Kid,
Right.
and now you have a series that's supposed to be based off of Cobra Kai. To me, that's probably what drew a lot of people to watching that series as well.
Right.
But it was a good series. But some of this other stuff, man, it's just a remake of a remake of a remake. And to me, some of it is good, but it's getting kind of boring.
Right. And coming off of that, we just talked about the series Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
So not only just in theaters, but also on our TV sets as well. In terms of streaming, King of the Hill is being revived, and matter of fact, it just launched this week.
This week,
It just launched this week. We also have, in terms of IP, we have Peacemaker, which is a spinoff of the Suicide Squad. That releases this month as well, later this month. Wednesday, from the Addams Family, which is a reimagination of the Addams Family franchise. That also starts this week.
Yeah.
Then we have Alien Earth, which is going to be on FX and Hulu. That starts August 12th. So you have like all of these different, genres. They're different genres, but they're taking established IP and bringing them back because that's what people know.
Yeah.
And that's what they're betting on. They're betting on people that were once fans of these
shows.
series
Yeah.
to come back and, just jump right back in.
And now, I'm a fan of Wednesday, definitely.
Yeah.
I watched that on Netflix.
It's a different take.
It's definitely a different take. It's a little darker than what we know when it comes to
That's
the
Tim
Addams
Burton
Family.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Burton.
Tim Burton's
He's
the
perfect
man.
for that.
Yeah, he's definitely perfect for that. So I'm not upset with Wednesday. I definitely enjoy watching it.
Right. So let me ask you this then. Like when you see not only a critical success, but also a box office hit, such as Sinners, make a splash at the box office like it did this year. I mean, it's not only, like I said, it not only gained the critical acclaim, but also it drew some money.
Yes.
It made a lot of money.
Made a lot of money.
Matter of fact, I think it's like now it's become like the 5th highest grossing
Horror
film of all time.
That's right.
When you see an original concept like Sinners or Weapons, which has like been a critical hit so far, what do you think that means in terms of where we're going now? Do you think we'll be able to get more original movies and films and projects like these in theaters? And on top of it, they're both horror films.
Definitely. I think there are going to be some more studios that take a page out of that book to say, let's try with some original stuff and maybe on that horror scene. Because I think when you get a horror film and you get the blood, the pumping, you get people more amped to want to go see it. Even some of the folks that don't like horror films, some of those people say, oh, I want to see that.
Right.
But for me, I'm not a huge horror film person. But here lately, even I have come. Now, this was before Sinners came out. I came up with some ideas, original ideas for some horror films. And I want to see those made. But
but here's the thing though, like even with those though, like I think with us, it's all about just watching a great story and a great film.
Definitely.
And when you hear the kind of response that these films have been gaining and the kind of, response they've been getting, it makes you want to go to the theaters.
It makes you want to go to the theaters, and it's going to make some of these production houses and these studios say, let's go for movies like that.
Right.
If we're going to put out something original, fresh and new, let's go for something of that nature. They're not going to go for high budget, new ideas when it comes to action movies. They may do an original comedy or romantic comedy or maybe a drama, but they're not going to go for huge, big budget things when it comes to original content right now. I don't see that happening.
Let me say this though, but because it's not just a film, it's also in the television world
True.
as well. Because and you kind of touched on it earlier, but ever since I guess for like the last 5 to 6 years, ever since the pandemic, and then definitely after the strikes, we were even affected by
Definitely.
the strikes that happened, like because we had some an original series that we were working on,
Yeah.
and then following the strike, we hear or we're told that Hollywood right now is betting on not original IP, but I mean existing IP.
That's right.
And doing remakes right now because it's something that's safe and something that's been proven before.
That's right.
So that's kind of where things are. But like, what do you think about that?
I mean, I put that all back on the execs because, again, like you said, we had actually 2 projects. We had a feature film and we had a series that were both gaining some momentum.
Right.
That we had some, directors, producers, writers, actors, showrunners were even looking at some of this stuff and giving us some great feedback about it and believing that these shows and these movies would take off. But because of the strike, because of COVID, that stuff is they're not looking at it right now. There's some stuff that we want to truly get out there that we want the rest of the world to see, just like there's a lot of creatives who are out there trying to do that, even some who are in Hollywood who want to get some of their original ideas out there who are not Ryan Coogler.
Right.
Ryan Coogler is proven and everything that he's done and was able to put out something original because of what he's already done for Hollywood and proven for them, and they gave him that opportunity. Right. But if you're not Ryan Coogler, at the moment, you're not going to get that opportunity. And it's sad to say that, but I do believe that there's going to be a resurgence. Things are going to change eventually. I don't know when. I hope it happens soon. Right. But I don't know when it's going to happen, but
and I mean, you do have a few more original concepts coming out. Like Jordan Peele has him coming out.
True.
Next month.
I just saw a great trailer for that. And again, trailers is one thing, but Jordan Peele, man, I'm telling you. And then seeing Marlon Wayans in that, I'm
excited
going
about
to see that movie and excited.
But again, we're sitting here talking about like some of the films that we're excited about. They're all horror films.
They're all horror films again because that's something that. I think, I don't know what it is at the moment, but when it comes to the horror genre, it's really, it draws you. I don't know what it is about it that truly draws people, because there are some great horror films that I have watched, will watch again, but I'm not a huge horror fan. But the movies that are coming out that are horror, that are original, I want to see them because they're original.
Right.
Because they're original. And we're not getting a lot of original material right now. So I want something fresh and new.
Yeah.
And that's where it's coming from right now. So I'm going to see it.
I want something fresh and new as well. But, if they can tell a good story, I'm all about a great story. Like I of course I would love a little bit more originality at the box office, but
and TV.
Yeah, and TV. But people are going to the theaters, they're rushing to the theaters to see these remakes and, existing IP, but that's kind of where we are with everything.
But if you want some original stuff for television, all you gotta do is call us for real.
That's right.
I kid you not, and I'm not saying it because it's ours, but Code 6, if you want to know what Code 6 is, email us and we'll talk. But I'm telling you, Code 6, bro.
So those are our thoughts. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think Hollywood is leaning too much into that nostalgia bag? Or do you want to see some more original content? Or do you not care? Does it just matter? Like, does it even matter to you? Or do you just want to see a good story? Leave us your thoughts at the email right here and let us know what you think.
All right, Bruce. Now we're back for our trivia question. You had time to think?
I have.
I hope you all had time
I'm ready for it, man.
All right, I'm going to read this again. Which Inception actor also played a major role in The Dark Knight Rises as a character named Blake.
Man, again, like he's asking the wrong person because I am a Christopher Nolan fan.
He cheated.
So this is
Look
too
at my
easy
phone.
for me.
Already
Joseph
cheated.
Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, you're right.
Of course I'm right, man.
You're right. I
It's,
give it
it's
to you.
Christopher Nolan,
But
man.
it's Christopher Nolan. I give you that. But I'm thinking when I was looking at them, talking to them,
Nah.
you somehow looked at my phone. So if y'all saw Bruce looking at my phone, please let me know.
Didn't happen.
I mean, y'all got to be my eyes. Y'all got to help me out here because I'm gonna have to get him on one of these questions. Sometime I'm gonna have to get you.
Can't stop me.
But if I'm
Stop me.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get you. You think they got that?
Probably not.
They probably did get
They
it.
probably didn't, but it's okay. You don't have to get it.
That's right.
Just
we got
keep
it
watching.
for you.
We got it for you. That's
got it
right.
for you.
So next up, we have another one of my favorite segments.
That's right. It's time for our Be Kind Rewind.
Be Kind Rewind videos. I look And this week's Be Kind Rewind is, again, one of my favorite directors, Christopher Nolan. It's Inception.
Yeah, man. Inception. It's a movie about dreams within a dream.
Right.
You know, can you tell what's real and what's not?
Right.
And
And this is one of those films that you really have to pay close
Oh, yeah.
attention to.
You
because
definitely have
there's
to
so
pay
many
close-
details within the film, and then and we'll get into it a little bit later, but it even leaves on like somewhat of a cliffhanger where you're wondering like, did I miss something or
Yeah.
like what's really going on? But yeah, I mean, and man, I can't say enough about Christopher Nolan.
no, man, you can't say enough about
This is one of my
Christopher Nolan.
favorite Christopher Nolan films.
Yeah, it is, man. And I'm telling you, man, that dream world scenario of this movie is what really got me, because I kind of have read up on dreams and lucid dreaming and things of that nature, and trying to know when you're dreaming and trying to control your dream, so for this movie, for people to go in, and what they were doing in this movie was extracting not your darkest secrets, but your secrets.
Right.
So they were going in and taking secrets from billionaires or CEOs from companies and things of that nature, and using it against them, or trying to be for somebody else to get ahead of the game or whatever. But the twist in this movie was to plant a thought in somebody's head and make it stick, and have that person not know that it was an implanted thought.
Right.
So that was the true essence of Inception. They were trying to put a thought into someone's head, and they were doing all this in the dream world. One of my favorite things in this movie was the fact that they had a person they called the architect, who's supposed to design the inside of the dream to make the person not know that they were asleep. So, I mean, how would you feel if this wasn't real? Right here, right now, what you and I are doing
I mean, that just
on our podcast.
But that takes us back to like even what we talked about a few weeks ago with the Matrix.
True.
Like what world are we really
What
living
world
in?
are
Are
we
we in a
truly-
dream world? Are we living in the Matrix? Like
Yeah.
what is it?
Now, one of the things in the movie that they did was they had to have the ones that went into the dream world, they had these totems.
Right.
And it was something that they only could touch, something they only knew the weight of, or whatever the case may be. And when they woke up from a dream, they would use their totem or whatever to let them know if they were truly awake or asleep. And shout out to Leonardo DiCaprio
Always.
in this movie, man.
Always.
I mean,
Man, he always brings it, man.
he truly brought it
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah.
He truly brought it in this movie, man. I can't say enough about him in this movie. But I mean, let's
Let's get into it. Tell us about the plot point of the film. Because Leonardo DiCaprio, his whole deal was, trying to get his family.
Trying to get back to his family. He wanted to get back to his family. Now, Inception starts Leonardo DiCaprio. He is a guy who goes into the dream world and he extracts information from these people's dreams. And then he's offered a chance at redemption to get back to his family by implanting an idea into someone's dream. And if you've never seen the movie, he's taken away from his family. He's running from the law as well, but he's also running from guilt.
Right.
Because he and his wife actually used to work in this thing together, and she committed suicide.
Yep, Marion Cotillard.
Yeah, she committed suicide because she could not remember what was real and what was fake. And because of that, she killed herself. And in these dream scenarios, when he's going into these people's dreams, one of the things that he's fighting against is his wife. He's fighting against her in the dream, and she actually comes as a help to the person that he's trying to steal this information from.
Right.
And she's always trying to either kill him or kill someone that is working with him. And we know in the dream world that in this movie that if you get killed, you wake up.
Right.
So you're knocked back out of the dream. And so his wife was that part of him that he felt guilty about. And they gave him an opportunity to actually put a thought into someone's head and make his way back to his family. He thought that they couldn't do it, but the guy told him, hey, if you do this, I'll be able to get you back to your family. And then he goes and does it. And then in the end of the movie, you see him back with his family.
So now,
or do you really
here's the question,
see him
though,
back with his family?
Because one key thing was they were saying as long as that
spinning top.
the top.
Yeah, that was his totem.
Yeah, if it still spins, then
you're still dreaming.
You're still dreaming. Now, here's the big question. Was he asleep or was he dreaming? That's
the thing. You don't know at the end because the top is spinning.
It kept spinning.
But then you thought it was going to stop.
But it kept going.
And then
the film went off.
Then the film went off.
So was he really, was he dreaming or was it real? Was he back with his family? Because of the way it ends, he's back with his family. It's a happy ending and all that good stuff.
Yeah, he's back with his children at the end.
That top was still spinning.
But that top was still spinning. So a dream within a dream, man.
It was all a dream.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. But hey, dude, that's a serious question. Would you want to be in a total dream state if you knew it, to be with your loved ones, or to be in, again, like the Matrix?
Right.
Would you want to be in this state knowingly or unknowingly?
These are the only types of questions that you'll find here on the 515 Real to Real podcast.
That's right. You ain't gonna find these questions.
You won't find these anywhere else.
We the new Siskel and Ebert.
That's right.
They didn't even ask these type of questions.
Yeah, that's right.
They just reviewed movies and fussed with each other.
That's right.
Yeah, but that's the thing, man. I don't know. Inception is one of those movies.
It makes you think.
It really makes you think.
And you have to really pay attention.
Yes, you cannot be asking nobody to go get no popcorn.
No.
You can't be asking no questions. You can't be touching me when we're watching this movie.
Right.
You just have to sit there and watch the movie in order to understand it. Now, the visuals in this movie
visuals are crazy.
Was amazing.
Yeah, man. Inception is definitely worth a rewatch. If you haven't seen it in a while, do yourself a favor, go back and watch it. But like Johnny said, don't get up and get no popcorn.
Don't get it.
Pay close attention because it does leave on a cliffhanger. Like, you don't know whether he's back with his little girls or if he's still in a dream state. But,
now, let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you one last question before we wrap. I know it's time to go.
Yeah.
But, the layers of reality in this movie, how Christopher Nolan used dreams within a dream to really reflect grief, guilt, and letting go was amazing. And it's something that really makes you think. But Which level of dreams was your favorite? Was it the hotel hallway fight or the snow fortress? Which one of those two?
Man, that hotel hallway was crazy.
Yeah, that was
That
crazy.
was crazy, man. I love the way it was filmed, and I mean, it was, yeah, that one that was probably my favorite.
Yeah.
You know, both were amazing, but I think that hotel hallway fight scene was just crazy.
That was mine too.
You know, man. Again, shout out to Christopher Nolan, man.
Shout out.
One of the goats, man.
Yes, definitely.
But man, that's our Be Kind Rewind for this week, man. That's our show for this week.
That's
man.
our show, man.
So man, like always, Johnny, man, always enjoy having these discussions. We want to send a special thanks to Christina, U-Niqe,
Castellanos.
Man, awesome interview, man.
Yes,
thank you
definitely.
for joining us on the show today. And thank you guys for joining us on the show. And of course, if you guys have any topic discussions or any questions that you have for us, send us an email. And of course, follow us on social media.
Yeah, we love to hear your feedback. Leave us comments on everything that we talked about today, what you like, what you didn't like, what you want to see, what you think we could even do better. You know, we want to know because we want to make this show as enjoyable for you as it is for us. So until next time.
Also follow us on Spotify.
Yeah, man, Spotify. We're trying to get those numbers up, so help us out. Go and subscribe to our Spotify as well and look for the audio of this the very next day. You can listen to it in your car, at work, even as you're going to sleep. You never know. You may be in a dream.
You never know. You never know. Man, so for the 515 Real to Real podcast, I'm Bruce L. Nace Jr.
And I'm your man, JT.
Man, we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.